All right. Gervonta Davis, Tevin Farmer. Could it happen? Eddie Hearns of all people has an idea about how to make that fight happen. Let's talk about that in this video. All right. Welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can get notified of the live streams that we do Monday through Friday around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time and OG Boxing Talk on Sundays at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Want to thank everybody that supports the channel. This video goes out to my man, KQKC Boxing, my co-host on the OG Boxing Talk, also does live streams right after mine, right around 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Now, let's get into this. Eddie Hearn. Can't stand the dude. Oh, he don't like Eddie Hearn. Don't like Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, one of the biggest storytellers, and he keeps inserting himself in fights that he shouldn't have anything to do with or have anything to say about. I know he's got a deal in Matchroom Boxing works with the Zone, but Lord, Tevin Farmer and Gervonta Davis. This is what he had. Now, the promoter for Tevin Farmer is Lou DiBella. The promoter for Gervonta Davis is Floyd Mayweather Jr. But Eddie Hearn is figuring out how we can try to make suggestions about how the fight can happen. Okay, and he actually makes something that makes some sense. That is never going to happen. And this is what it is. He says, let's meet with Floyd Mayweather Jr. Then we can agree to a purse split, 60-40 between Gervonta Davis and Tevin Farmer. Then we can have a sealed purse bid. So you can just put out how much money you want on the fight, how much money, and then whoever wins the sealed purse bid gets the fight. Makes sense, huh? At first glance, it does, except for the problem with the two things. One is the sealed purse bid. Why? That would limit the amount of money that the fighters can make because there can be no counteroffers to it. If the Zone goes higher than Showtime or Fox goes higher than Showtime, then you say, well, we went the highest. Fox offered the most money for the fight. He offered $10 million or whatever, just say $10 million. The Zone said 9 and Showtime said 8. Well, Fox gets it. But if you're really going to have a bid, why wouldn't you say, okay, if it's 10 million, if Fox says 10 million and then Showtime says, no, I'd much rather have, I really want this fight, I'll go 11 million. And then DAZN says, oh man, I really want it, I'll go 12 million. And then Fox says, well, I'll go 12,500,000, right? You know, the way that bids work, the one you go, you know, and they keep going back and forth and stuff, and to the highest bidder wins. That would allow both the fighters to make more and more money based on all three of the people or anybody that is bidding it, you know, continuing to raise their bid. Why would you want to seal that? That would just give somebody a one shot at it, and whoever gets it gets the fight. That's one problem with the sealed purse bid. And you know Eddie don't win those purse bids. Have you ever heard of Eddie winning a purse bid? I know Eddie wants a sealed purse bid because he just like, man, let me get this right the first time. I don't want anybody coming to outbid me. Like, you know, more than likely Fox would do. Since Fox got their eyes on Showtime fighters, like Errol Spence Jr. going to Fox. I do believe the Luis Ortiz fight and Deontay Wilder fight is probably going to go to Fox pay-per-view. You know Showtime doesn't want to lose its biggest star that's fighting on it right now. For certain it's fighting on it. I wouldn't be surprised if Deontay Wilder did fight on it. But they don't want to lose Gervonta Davis. So the sealed purse bid, that's the first part of that. I'm like, nah, I don't know if that's going to go. And then the second thing is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. would never go for that. Because in the case that fight went to the zone, they would be hiding Gervonta Davis's light in a bush, right? Is that, you're hiding your light under a bushel, right? You got a bright, shiny light and you put I don't know what a bushel is. I think a bushel is like some, like a bunch of leaves and stuff or hay or whatever and you put it over the light and you can't see the light, right? It's like great timing for my dog to come in here. That's Zeus, if you don't know. Zeus is a regular contributor to the live streams in the morning. I'm not stopping this recording because Zeus is barking. Anyway, he hides his light under a bushel. They're going to want that fight where they can grow Gervonta Davis into a mega star who has a lot of people knowing about him. And that can't happen on the zone. That can't happen on the zone because nobody have the zone. The zone is paying out a lot of money for fights that nobody can see. So even though it'd be like you getting paid a lot of money, but he's getting millions of dollars to fight in his own garage. That pretty much is what fighting on the zone is like in the United States. So why in the world would Floyd Mayweather Jr. want to stop Gervonta Davis's growth as far as his popularity and putting him on the zone in a fight really that could generate a lot of interest? Because Tevin Farmer's from Philadelphia, Gervonta Davis is from Baltimore. Those are two large cities in the United States, and the two of those, if it sold well just in that market, in the New York market, in that whole East Coast, DC, Maryland, Virginia, the DMV, then Baltimore, Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York. If it really did sell in that area where they have a very rich tradition of amateur boxing and it's a very, very heavy boxing fan, a lot of boxing fans in that area, you want those people to see that type of matchup. You don't want that somewhere where they're not going to watch the fight because it's on the zone. So that's another reason why I just don't see Floyd Mayweather doing that, man. That's what you call being penny wise and pound foolish. You are, it's penny wise and pound foolish, which is interesting because I've never noticed that's the UK dollars, but penny wise and dollar foolish, penny wise and pound foolish, where you are saying, I'm going to make more money right here, but you're limiting your growth and where you really could be making a lot more money and having a lot more impact if you allow people to actually allow people to see you fight. I think Canelo Alvarez is really going to suffer from his popularity is going to really suffer from being on the zone because he's going from millions of people watching him fight to a couple hundred thousand people watching him fight. There's a couple 100,000 people, maybe. I think there's only 400,000. Last time there was any numbers where you could get an idea about how many people were watching DAZN, it's like 400,000. It's like 400,000 US subscribers. He had 600,000 concurrent streams, but you can watch DAZN on three different streams at the same time. So somebody could be watching a fight, in their bedroom on their phone, then walk to the living room, and then they could be watching it on the TV, or they could have it on two different things in the same house for the same fight party. So I don't even think that's a real good idea of how many houses actually watched them or how many accounts actually watched them. And then you get the point. So having it on the zone makes no sense. The last part of it is, I guess this is a third reason. I originally said two, but this is the third reason, is the 60-40 split. Why would Gervonta Davis go 60-40 with Tevin Farmer? Gervonta Davis is the star in that particular scenario. Gervonta Davis might say, no, man, 70-30. 70-30. But they're both up and coming at this time. But if there's anybody that really has the larger fan base and more people interested in seeing him fight, it's obviously Gervonta Davis. And that's without knowing that Gervonta Davis is fighting in front of 500,000 people on Showtime, and Tevin Farmer is fighting in front of 30,000 people, 30,000 people watching him maybe on DAZN. So anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully the fight will get made. I don't see it getting made under the scenario that Eddie Hearn laid out. But more importantly than anything that I've said, man, just go away, Eddie, because people ain't going to want to work with him. Floyd Mayweather be like, nah, I'm just not working with Eddie. He's a jerk. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. Not like Floyd can't be a jerk, but you get my point. Anyway, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.